Welcome to another video from Atelier John F. Clement, where you can learn how to make your own personal patterns and clothes that will fit no matter your size. Last time I showed you how to construct a classic jacket based on the dress recipe from a previous video. Check out these videos and download my size chart for free to get started. In this video, I'm going to show you how to construct jacket lapels. I will demonstrate how to draft a classic jacket lapel and show you a double-breasted version as well. I will explain the difference and what to consider. So pay attention and take notes. So here you see I copied out the front piece of the basic or classic jacket pattern based on the dress video I did some time ago. The first thing I did here was to close the upper incision. I cut up here and moved the two pieces together so there's a dart on the side instead. You could also move this line a bit further out and have the cut up here instead, or you could even close this and only have the opening here, so there's only one incision from the bottom and up. First thing you do when you need to construct the lapel and the collar is to consider how wide your overlap from mid-front should be, depending on the size of the button. So here I added about 2 centimeters. For the lower part, I rounded the corner. You could choose to have it straight or rectangular, or you could make even a wider curve if you wanted. The main thing is you need to have this to be able to place the button and make the buttonhole. The next thing you need to consider is how high up you want the lapel to start. Decided to start 7 centimeters above. It depends on how you want the design of your lapel. Either you could choose to go higher or lower down to the waist. It all depends on which design you go for. So mark the point where the button is and go a few centimeters over for the lapel. From this point, you draw a line from the front neck. You draw a line 2 centimeters out from the neckline, and you connect this point with where you want the lapel to start. You draw an extended line. Then you measure the back neckline and take that measure and put that measure from the tip of the shoulder neckline here and draw a line that matches the measurement that you took on the back piece, like this. So this is the starting point for the collar. From this starting point, you draw a small curve with the center in the shoulder neck point. Like that. You measure 3 to 3.5 centimeters out, depending on the shape you want the collar to have. I'm going to put 3.5. And this is the folding. The folding line was here for the collar, and it extends up to the new point to give it some shape. Like that. Before we continue here, you need to estimate where you want your collar and lapel to meet. So I will go down about 5 centimeters from the neckline and make a perpendicular line here on the folding line. Then you decide how far out your lapel is going to be. It could vary from 6 to 8 or 9 centimeters even. So I will mark it 7. And you can draw the lower part of the lapel from the point down here. And then you decide the angle of the collar and the lapel. So let's see. I think I'm going to go from that point to the neckline. And the collar shape, I will place it about 4 centimeters where the collar is attached to the lapel, and then make an angle of let's see, about 60 degrees. But it's, again, you decide for yourself if you want the gap to be smaller or bigger or even higher, or this could be lower too. Try to consider the proportions compared to the shape of your body and the design of the jacket. So this is just a starting point for the color. Now you have to mirror that on the folding line. So I take the same measure here, 7, put it out here, and connect it to the meeting point like that. See, that's actually the lapel, and I would add a little curve just to make it look straight, more straight when it's folded. Just slightly curved. Like that. Then I measure up the 4 centimeters like here. And actually I could just, to get the exact shape, I would just fold the line and copy it. So I will mark the color down on the back side. So I have a starting point. And then we go back to the length of the collar. So the folding line continues with the curve up here. From the curve, you again mark about 2 to 3 centimeters out for the collar stand. So I'm choosing to use 2.5 centimeters, but it could be only 2 or 3, depending on how, again, you want the collar to fall on your body when it's folded. You connect this new point with a light curve down to the neckline. And you draw a perpendicular line. This is the mid back of the collar. It has to be rectangular at the mid-back. So I will adjust it like this. So this is the collar stand. You could also choose to make the neckline more angular, like make a kind of corner here. But for now, I will just show you this. It will be easier to sew together when it's curved. So to finish the collar, I will add about 4 to 5 centimeters. That's the folding line of the collar here. So I will add maybe 4.5. You could go a little bit higher or lower. And then a perpendicular line to start with. And we need to shape the collar from there so it falls nicely on your shoulder. Like that. So you copy out the collar and you copy out the collar here on the folding line, and then you draw the other half of the collar. And this is an easy label to sew. So to sum up, you can change the angle of this like you want, or try different options before you decide. So this is a 2-button jacket. I will place the other button here. So the waistline. Oops. In principle, this is how you draw all the colors. You add the 2 centimeters from the shoulder neckline, 2 centimeters out, and you draw the line, the folding line, to where you want it to start. And you estimate the design of the collar to start with here on the front piece. Fold the paper and copy out the beginning of the collar. This should actually be more. I would make it more straight here in the beginning and then curve it down, I think. Again, you have to play around with the lines of the colors, but just make sure it's perpendicular here at the mid back of the collar. So this was one option for a single-breasted jacket. The other option you had for a jacket was to make a blazer jacket with a panel here, with an extra panel. And then if you want to make it double-breasted, you add about 5 to 6 centimeters out. Draw a curve to the bottom or keep it straight like you want. Find out where to place the two buttons. Since it's a double-breasted jacket, you need two buttons. And you place them around a little bit above the waistline, I would say. And further on, decoration buttons too, that match the design you want. And then from the new line here, you mark a few centimeters over the button, and you draw the folding line up to the neck shoulder line that you extended 2 centimeters out, and use the same principle as I showed you in the previous construction of the lapel. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know how your lapel patterns turn out in the comments below. If you have any questions or experience any problems, don't hesitate to reach out and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you found this content useful, consider hitting the like button, comment and follow along. It helps me to reach a wider audience. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video about how to construct a waistcoat for a three-piece suit. Bye for now.